Section 1.8 test for divisibility. Let's just jump right in. And we're going to check for divisibility by using the tests for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9, and 10. And just as kind of a FYI, 7 and 8 we're not going to be doing in this lesson, but you can find some of those on like YouTube or on the internet, and especially 7 is really interesting. So what is divisibility? Well, the definition is if a number can be divided by another number so that the remainder is 0, then we say the number is divisible by the divisor, or the divisor divides the dividend. Okay? So let's check for divisibility by 2. A number is divisible by 2, it's an even number, if the ones digit is 0, 2, 4, 6, or 8. Okay, and also note, a number is an odd number if it is not divisible by 2. So let's do a little check here. And notice when we're looking at the ones in these, we're just going to make little check marks, okay, because it's going to literally be this simple on some of them. Okay, is this ones? Is it a 2, 4, 6, or 8? Well, yes, this one is, and so yes, this one is divisible. Okay, here looking at this one, look, is it 2, 4, 6, or 8? No, notice this is not a 2, 4, 6, or 8 in the ones position, so this one is not divisible by 2. Okay, let's go to 3. Divisible by 3. A number is divisible by 3 if the sum of the digits is divisible by 3. So let's take a look at an example here. Determine whether each of the following numbers is divisible by 3. Well, let's look at the sum here. Here we have A. Okay, so we've got 6 plus 8. We don't have to add the 0. And then we got 1. So 8 plus 1 is 9. 9 plus 6 is 15. And 15 is divisible by 3 because 3 times 5 equals 15, and so yes, notice that one is divisible by 3. Well, let's look at the next one, 356. Okay, we've got B here. Well, let's do 3 plus 5 plus 6. Okay, well, 6 plus 5 is 11, plus 3 is 14, and notice if you decide to go ahead and do 3 divided by 14, well, if you come in here and you do by 4, you're going to get 12, and then you get a remainder of 2. And since we have a remainder here, we know that this one is not divisible by 3. Continuing on, divisible by 4. A number is divisible by 4. Let me get rid of that there. If the number is formed by the last 2 digits is divisible by 4. Okay, remember the number formed by the last 2 digits. That's going to be the tens and ones positions. And also 0, 0 is considered to be divisible by 4. So let's go take a look here. So we've got some pretty gnarly numbers here, but we don't have to worry about that. We can just look at these last 2 numbers here. And notice here that 36. Well, 36 is divisible by 4 because if we know our multiplication here, we know that 4 times 9 equals 36. And so yes, this one is divisible by 4. Going with our rules, notice 0, 0, it automatically says it's going to be divisible by 4, so we got a yes on that one. Well, notice this one right here, I've got 31. Well, if I do 4 divided by 31, well, the closest I can get is going to be 7, and that's going to give me 28, which is going to give me a remainder of 3, but it doesn't matter what the remainder is. Any remainder is a bad remainder in this scenario, and so this one is not divisible. Continuing on, 5. Divisibility by 5. A number is divisibility by 5 if the ones digit is a 0 or a 5. So that makes it super simple. Well, look at this one. There's a 5 there. Oh, look at this one. There's a 0. And then look at this one. There's a 3, which means a no. So those, like the 5s, are super simple. Okay, 5s, and you'll see that 10s are very simple as well. Okay, let's look at division by 6. Divisibility by 6, I'm sorry. A number is divisible by 6 if it is divisible both, okay, by 2 and 3. Okay, remember 3, you got to do the sum, okay? So let's look here. Well, this one, notice I've got, is it divisible by 2? Well, is it 2, 4? Yes. So for 2, it's check. Well, how about 3? Well, let's do 9 plus 5 plus 4. Okay, well, 5 plus 4 is 9. 9 plus 9 is 18. Okay, well, is that divisible by 3? Well, yes, because look, 6 times 3 equals 18. So yes, that one's nice and divisible. Now let's look at this next one here. Well, look, 0, that is divisible by 2. Okay, well, so I got the 2 part checked out. Well, how about this part? How about the 3? Well, let's do 1 plus 7. Well, that just equals 8. And I don't know where you're from, but I'll tell you what, I'm never going to have a number that 3 times something is ever going to equal 8, so this is not divisible. So that's how you test divisible by 6. And jumping in here, let's look at divisible by 9. A number is divisible by 9 if the sum of the digits is divisible by 9. So let's take a look at some of the examples here. And our first example is 2,530. Okay, adding these up, let's go ahead and go 2 plus 5 plus 3, and then notice we don't have to do it 0. So we got 5 plus 3 is 8. Okay, plus 2 is going to be a 10. Okay, well, notice 9 divided by 10, that is not going to work. So we can go ahead and X that out and say, no, you're not divisible by 9. Well, how about the next one? We got 8 plus 7 plus 3. Well, 7 plus 3 is 10, plus 8 is going to be 18. And we know from our multiples that 9 times 2 equals 18. And so therefore, yes, that one right there is divisible by 9. Now let's finish off with 10. 10 is going to be one of those super simple ones, okay? A number is divisible by 10 if the ones digit is a 0. That's it. Look for zeros in the ones. So notice this first one. There's a 0 in the ones. You got it. Is there a 0 there? Nope. So go ahead and just count it as an X. And that's how you do divisibility, okay? And then like I said, the 7 and the 8, there's really good videos on YouTube about that, and I'll probably go over those in class as well.